When people think Kirk Douglas, they think tough guy.
Well, and then I say to you, how about Lonely Are the Brave, and how about Lust for Life? And I think that perception prevails even though you try to, well, play a lot of different roles that are contrary to that. There's one perception that the audience is attracted to, and that's what they identify you with. I think the saddest thing is when actors get confused about make-believe and reality, and they begin to believe the character that they're playing. That's sad.
Which gives you more pleasure, seeing your book in a bookstore with the stacks of books up and Kirk Douglas up there, or seeing one of your pictures playing in a book?
Because in a movie, you are just a part with many other elements. You have co-stars, you have a director, you have a producer, you have a writer. But a book, if I see Kirk Douglas, Last Tango in Brooklyn, it's my book. I get all the credit, I get all the blame. It's dangerous. If I do a bad movie, I say, well, with that co-star of mine, what could you expect? But a book is a lonely enterprise.
When Impressionists were big, who did the best?
I am amazed how clever they are. Frank Gorshin used to do a wonderful impression of me, and I've told the story often of, I'm in my living room, and Peter was watching television. Frank Gorshin is on television doing an impression of me. And Peter said, Dad, Gorshin does you better than you. That's funny, and it's true.
What about the phrase legend? It's even on your book jacket, Hollywood legend. Is that
Well, you have mixed feelings about it. I never look back. For instance, in my home, I have nothing of movies. In my office, I have some posters, but in my home, I have nothing that has to do anything with movies. I don't like looking back. I like think of always of what you're going to do when you go ahead. But otherwise, legend, it's sort of an abused word. In many ways, you have the feeling it means that you've lived long enough.
Do you have any regrets at all?
Regrets? Yeah. Some movies I would like to have done better. Some books I would like to have written better, but not many. Not many regrets, because I think I've been very fortunate. You know, when I look back, you know, a poor kid, not enough to eat, out of Amsterdam, New York, 6 sisters, and here I am in Washington, be talking to the President of the United States. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
A final question, I'm getting back to my daughter. What would you tell my daughter about who Kirk Douglas is?
I'd just say Kirk Douglas is an American. My story is the story of America, of someone who understands what America is. And what America is not the country where immigrants can come here and their son can become a movie star. America is the country where you have a chance. If my parents hadn't made that trip from Russia, that big trip, and got here, they're the ones who are the heroes. That's what my story is. The story of a guy who had a chance.